Hello and welcome to HTML tutorials. Today we are going to discuss about phrase tags. The phrase tag have been designed for specific purposes, though they are displayed in a similar way as other basic tags like B, I, and TT that we have seen in the previous chapter. Today's chapter will take you through all the important phrase tags. So let us start seeing them one by one. The first phrase tag is emphasize text. Anything that appears within em and /em element is displayed as emphasized text. Let us see an example how to write this. It's a similar way of writing like we tried in our previous classes, but the output is different. So we are using em and /em element here, tags here, to affect this particular piece of text that is located between these two emphasized elements. Let us try this example. So this is the code, and in this paragraph we are going to apply emphasized phrase tag, and so we are going to affect this piece of content here. Let us save this and try to launch in Chrome, and you can see the difference. This particular piece is affected. This is almost similar to italic option. And the next tag is marker text. Anything that appears within mark and /marked element will be displayed as a mark with the yellow ink. So the tag that we are going to use here is mark and /mark. We'll try this example too. And you can see the code here. We want to affect this particular piece of content, and this is surrounded by a tag called mark and another tag called /mark, and we are seeing this, and we'll render this in a browser, and you can see there that particular piece is highlighted, marked with yellow color. So we use this particular tag to highlight a particular part in our content. And the next one is strong text. What is this strong text? Anything that appears within strong and /strong element will be displayed as an important text. Let us try this example. You can see the code here. This particular piece of content is surrounded by the two tags, strong and /strong, and we'll render this, and you can see this particular piece. Just a second. Yeah. We are not getting a space here because after any tag, the white space will be ignored by the HTML. So we need to use the space option here. But currently the topic is this point. So this particular piece of content will be highlighted. We will use this tag to highlight a particular part. And the next tag is text abbreviation. You can abbreviate a text by putting it inside opening ABBR and /ABBR closing tags. If present, The title attribute must contain this full description and nothing else. Let us see how it works. I hope you're aware of the meaning of abbreviation. That means like putting something in a short form with the initial letters. Here you can see in this paragraph it was written that welcome to USA, and in abbreviation I'm writing abbreviation, and I mentioned a title, and I wrote a full form here, United States of America, and save this, run it, and you can see welcome to USA. When you scroll your mouse over there, and you can see a pop-up there saying United States of America, USA. So we use the abbreviation tag to get this kind of output. And the next tag is acronym element. The acronym element allows you to indicate the text between acronym and /acronym tag is an acronym. At present, the major browsers do not change the appearance of the content of acronym element, but still we try this and we'll try to display. So the code is ready here, and we save it and we try to run it in the Chrome, and you see this chapter covers marking up text in XHTML. But you see no changes here. It got textures like the same that we mentioned here, because this option will not work in advanced version of Chrome. Maybe this will work out in Internet Explorer 6 or 7 maybe, but it's not going to make any changes here, as I told you before. You can easily ignore this particular tag, as this is not currently in use. So, but it's a formality to discuss about each and every tag, so I mentioned it. If you want, you can ignore it. It's not a big deal. And the next tag is text direction. What is this text direction? The BDO and /BDO element stands for bidirectional override, and it is used to override the current text direction. So how it works? This is nothing but displaying the text direction in a different way. Let us try this example, and so that you can understand it better. You can see the code part here. It's a paragraph. First paragraph is saying that this text will go left to right, and in the second paragraph I applied this particular tag, BDO direction RTL, that means right to left. So we are saving it. That means this in the display, this text will appear from right to the left side in our opposite direction. Save it and launch in Chrome. You can see that this text is not aligned to the left side, it is aligned to the right side. I said that in the this text is not aligned to the right side, it's aligned to the left side, but the direction of the text is changed. So it started displaying the last letter, like this full stop, T, F, E, L. Here you can see that OT. So this, you can read it like this. This text will go right to left, full stop. So to display the text in a reverse way, we use this BDO tag. And our next tag is special terms. What is this? The DFN and /DFN element or HTML definition element allows you to specify that you are introducing a special term. Let us see the code. So in this paragraph, the following word is special DFN/DFN term. Let us try this program. The code is ready here in the text editor in this paragraph. This particular part is surrounded by the DFN tag. Let us save this and run. Yes, you can see that it's a special word is a special function here. Its usage is similar to italic words in the midst of a paragraph. Typically, you see you would use DFN element the first time you introduce a key term. Most recent browsers render the content of a DFN element in italic form. Our next tag is quoting text. What is a quoting text? When you want to quote a passage from another source, you should put it between black quote and /backquote tags. We are going to try this as well. You can see the code here. This particular paragraph here is in black quote tag. I'm saving this and running in Chrome. So you can see that this particular part got separately printed with a different margin compared to the first line that we have. This following description taken in W3 website, and so this is specially printed. For this particular reason, we use block quote option. And the next tag is short quotations. The Q and /Q element is used when you want to add a double quote within a sentence. So this will work inside a sentence. So let us see. The code is already here and I'm saving this code. So this is a paragraph and this is a Q option, Q tags here, and I'm going to affect, by writing this, I'm going to affect this particular part. Let us save this and run in Chrome. Yes, it got the double, this output is surrounded by double quotes on the both sides. And our next tag is text citations. If you are quoting a text, you can indicate the source placing it between an opening cite tag and closing cite tag. It makes more sense when you try it in a real time. You can see the cite quote here to affect this particular piece between the cite and /cite tag. I'm saving this and going to run this in Chrome. So it's going to display that particular part in a italic form. And the next tag is computer code. Any programming code to appear on a web page should be placed between code and /code tags, because when you write a code in a text editor and render it, that's going to display in the web browser. But what if you want to display that particular code in a web browser? Then we use this particular tag called code and /code elements. Let us try this program. So the code is here, and P regular text, and a code, this is code, and regular text. Save it and run it. So you can see the font is changed. So basically this is a default font for any code. So that will show you the difference between the normal text and the code. So regular text is different and the code text is different, and one more regular text is similar to the first one, but the code part is looking in a different font face. And the next tag is keyboard text. When you are talking about computers, if you want to tell a reader to enter some text, you can use KBD and /KBD element to indicate that what should be typed in. As in this example, look at this. This is inside the KBL element. Okay, we'll try this program. Yeah, the code is here, and you can see P regular text and KBD. This is inside the KBD element, and the element is closed here, and a regular text ending with the regular text, and the paragraph is closed. And I'm saving this and going to run this in Chrome. Yes, this is like a same output like a previous tag called computer code. That means like code and /code element, and you can clearly see the difference here, this part. Yes. And the next phrase tag is programming variables. This element is usually used in conjunction with the pre and code element to indicate that the content of the element is a variable. So what is a variable? This is actually a different word. You're going to learn that when you learn like JavaScript or jQuery, because we're going to deal with the variables there. So let us try this program now. Have a clear look at this paragraph. Here we are writing a code first, because document.write is a JavaScript code. So you'll understand that when you learn the JavaScript. So you don't need to worry about that, because you can just ignore it. It's just a piece of code here. And then we are declaring a variable here. You will understand about the variables when you learn the JavaScript. So but we are putting a var here and username and var, and we are closing the code here. So this is what we're going to print there, and save it and run it. You see document.write a username. It is in an inclined form, in italic form. So when you want to deal with the programming code, when you want to display the programming code or a computer program, you need to use this code. And when you want to declare a variable or write a variable or display a variable, you need to use this var. So that will give you the output like this, that exactly looks like a program. Because in JavaScript, when you type a program, it's going to look like this, exactly the same. And the next one is program output. The spam and /spam. Sorry, I'm so sorry. SAM and /SAM element indicates the sample output from a program and script, etc. Again, it is mainly used when documenting the programming or coding concepts. So let's see the example here. Here, like result produced by the program is SAM, hello world, SAM. Let us try this. So here is the code and I'm saving it. So it's a paragraph. That's one effect. Like affecting space is this one, because this particular piece of content is surrounded by a SAM tag or SAMP element. Yeah, this is also very similar to the computer code tag. You can just see the difference here. The font face is different to the regular font face. And the next very important tag is address text. How do you print an address in output? So it's not like a regularly you can write it, but yeah, there is a special tag to display an address. That means a postal address or something like that. So this element, address and slash address, is used to contain any address. So the code is, it's an address example title, and I wrote an address here, Landbruksva 107 Odense S, Denmark. Let us try this and let's try to run this in a web browser. Have a clear look at this code, because it's very essential for anybody to understand the code properly, and by that only you can remember it. So here in the body, we are not writing any paragraph this time. We are directly putting address, and the address starts here, ends here, and it's closing slash address. This is the element here, and I'm saving this and running. So the space is in an italic form. Landbruksva 107 Odense, Denmark. This is how you output the postal addresses. So these are the HTML phase tags available in HTML. These are very important and very essential for any person who learns HTML. These tags may sound very simple and easy, but it is very difficult to remember them. So we need to keep practicing. When you practice it, you remember that. If we don't practice, we forget about that. And that's it for the day. The session is over now, and I'll meet you in the next session. Thank you very much. Until our next session, say bye bye.